All right. I am back, coming to you live and direct. Coach Troy Monroe from Eugene, Oregon, on the halfway mark of the 40-day Juice Fast with Fitness, year 10, and what I'm calling nothing short of the fulvic acid effect in this journey. So yeah, we're here. Here I am, day 20, and sometimes when you start, you don't think you're gonna get to that 20th day where now you've reached the turning point, because now we've gone up and now we're going to go back down, but still we're going up because 20 days is 20 days. So you can lose a lot of weight in 20 days. I've lost over 10 pounds in 20 days. So yes, juice fasting can help you lose weight. It is a discipline, a very healthful discipline, but a discipline no less, because you will, have those cravings for what you normally eat during the course of your during your day, especially when you first starting out, because you got to realize we have just been socialized to consume food in a way that is really abnormal, to the point where when we don't have it when we want it, we get irritable and edgy. Fasting helps you gain control of appetite mastery, and so and it's probably one of the greatest masteries to have under your belt, is mastering your appetite. Because when you master your appetite, you could be in any situation and you're not going to freak out when you've gone through multiple days of juicing or multiple days of fasting. You kind of know the mindset. Or if there's something that is in front of you, or somebody's offering you something, you know how to walk away, because you have taken a different path. You know what is better for you when you take that something into your body, okay? And you know what's not good for you. See, a lot of us are still thinking that we can just compromise and compromise and compromise. Well, that constant compromising, when you know in the back of your mind certain things you shouldn't eat, is going to lead to some kind of mutation, cellular mutation, which is disease, okay? Or what I like to call a cellular malfunction. That's all disease is. We running from disease like it is the boogeyman. It is not the boogeyman. A sickness is a warning sign. It is your intelligent self. It is your 75 trillion self-healing intelligent body telling you that you have done something wrong and that you need to correct it now. Because if you don't, this malfunction is going to get worse, and it's going to make you feel horrible. So the more you know how to avoid getting sick, then the less you have to worry about that. See, most of us are just going, like blind sheep over a precipice, just eating whatever we think tastes, whatever tastes good to us, and that taste is killing us. Okay, you have to eat. I'm not saying don't eat things that are good. I eat things that are good, okay? But they're going to be very, very healthy, okay? They're going to be good and healthy. I don't want something that is not good, okay? That tastes good, but it's not good for me. I got past that a long time ago. I stopped literally when I was in high school. I stopped tripping on the taste. And I'm like, because why? Because of the people who had surrounded myself with at that time. They were older people, and they were explaining to me, about nutrition and about health, and about where I was in my life at that time as a young person. Like, look, if you do this way, you will never have to worry about this down the line. Okay. And so I took those sit downs to talk to heart. and I just, began to form my own path, and I made mistakes along the way, became overweight as a vegan. And because I didn't know what I was doing, I was eating a lot of gluten in my diet, and didn't realize that was causing me to gain weight. And I have a before and after of my whole gluten transformation. I call it a gluten transformation because once I stopped the gluten, my whole physique changed. And this is as a vegan. So even though you're vegan doesn't mean you're intelligent about what to eat and how to eat it. I mean, people are moving on to the vegan bandwagon, okay, into the culture, but they're moving in with the analog foods, the baked, the fried, the baked, the boiled, the barbecue, okay, that's good for a small percentage of your week, but you don't want to be consuming that all the time because it's no different than someone who's not a vegan, okay? And even most people that are not vegans, most of what they eat is also vegan. It's just they have meat products that they eat within the vegetables and fruits that they consume. And it's just more of that, and most of it is conventional, okay? So in fact, it was during the time that I started juice fasting that I began to conquer the whole gluten thing. And it was like with oats. Oats was my thing, but they weren't gluten-free oats because I was eating oats every morning with fruit. And I thought, oh, I'm doing my body good, not knowing that gluten was causing, I didn't have gluten sensitivity, but it did cause me to gain weight. And so in 2012, when I did that first juice fast, because this is the 10th year, my 10th year anniversary. Hey, what's going on, Teresa? Hopefully anything I say to you today, if it vibes with you and you want more information, just DM me, okay? But back then, I really made up my mind after doing, multiple fasts throughout the year, here and there, getting more into the culture, into the science. I began to take it really serious, and I decided in 2012 to do that first 4-day juice fast. And my life has never been the same. I've always gone back to it because it's always a time of renewal, physical, mental, and spiritual. And then in that, I'm also learning because I'm in touch with the divine, and I'm learning what is my next step that I'm to take, and there's just so many parts in my mind that are just like difficult to unravel. So for me, this is something I definitely need, and this made me wiser, and it's made me healthier, and it's made me look a whole lot younger than I would have ever thought to look at this age, because I'm telling you right now, I don't go around with the mindset of someone who is, drudging up the fact that they're getting older. I don't think that way. In fact, my mindset is that I'm getting younger, and I speak that into existence, into my cells, okay? And my cells resonate with that. And as I feed them the nutritional sustenance that provides that kind of nutrients to create healthy cells, that create more healthy cells, what happens is I'm just staying in this sweet spot of 30. That's why I posted on Facebook, and this is my reality, and that is that I stopped aging at age 30. I just stopped aging, okay? So I don't know when that's going to change, but that's my reality, and it has nothing to do with magic or anything like that. It's all about just sticking to plant-based, raw, alkaline, high megahertz, high vibration, superfoods first, raw juices, organic, raw smoothies, organic if I can get it, okay? And high pH water, raw fruits, raw vegetables, organic, superfood teas, organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, dairy-free. And I like the fact that HBN, the company that I've was introduced to 3 years ago, put that on the label, because when they put that on the label, that's not just their standards. They're actually teaching the person who's buying the product, when you go to buy your food, you should be buying with this standard in mind, okay? Because that's being proactive, right? Of course, they're proactive about their part. They want people to be healthy, and they got a powerful for powerful formulations. Okay, and as such, what has evolved from the country is again bringing into the market, and it's not nothing new, but it's new in my world. I never heard about fulvic acid. Fulvic acid is just some dirt, y'all. Okay, it is dirt, microbe off castings in dirt that make minerals for plants. When we eat the plants, we get the nutrients from the plant. That's how the cycle goes in a nutshell. Okay. Sadly, today, agricultural, big agribiz, big agro, we call it big agro. So there's 5 bigs. You got big medical, big biotech, big food, big agricultural, and big medical. Okay. These are the 5 major infrastructures that are corrupting everything. Okay. And they are a feeder system. Okay, yeah, you get sick, right? You go to the hospital. Do they feed you high alkaline, high raw fruits and vegetables or juices? No, they feed you the same crap that you was eating, if not worse, from the store. And you just take it in more acidic, oxidative food that causes oxidative stress in the body, making you even more sick. Okay, because your sickness makes money. Okay, your ignorance makes money. That whole thing about the pandemic was about your ignorance, because you don't catch nothing you created by your lifestyle. I'm going to say it again. You don't catch anything you created by your lifestyle. Okay, you compromise your body's immunity by your lifestyle. Okay, just like a person that smokes, if he keeps smoking year after year, he's going to what? Destroy his lungs. If a person drinks for his whole life, what are they going to destroy? Their liver. Okay, stop doing the thing that's destroying your liver and you save that part of your body. It's no different with the common cold. You up here eating all this crappy food during the summertime, and then when the winter comes, when the body clams up and it can't detox as it freely did in the summertime, yes, you break down and you get sick because it can't. And listen, in the cold and winter, in the fall and winter, our bodies clam up naturally. Okay, the Creator provided fresh fruits for the summer to prepare you for the winter purge. We all go through it, just at different levels. Okay, and when your body clams up, you don't detox out of the skin as you did in the summertime. So if you're backed up in toxins, because remember, your skin is your largest organ, and it is a detoxifier. Okay, it will drain out impurities through the skin. That's why we sweat, but we even lose that just through natural attrition through the night. Okay, but in the wintertime, our body clams up, and what happens is, if your body cannot find, okay, when you built up with all this toxic crap in your body, blocking the eliminatory pathways, your body will find another exit route. Okay, it will use a fever, it will use congestion, it will use diarrhea, okay, to get whatever's in you out. And yes, you're going to feel uncomfortable. Okay, now for those of us who are practicing higher nutrition, we don't have as much oxidative or free radicals roaming around in our bloodstream. So during that time of the year, we just go through smooth sailing because our pathways are so open that the body can continue to detox itself in such a way where we don't feel it. Okay, it's when you start to feel that cleansing and detoxification that it's a problem, in which we call in our wellness circles a healing crisis. Just like when you go, if you've been on drugs and you've been shooting up, for years, and you go and you got to go to you got to go to a detox clinic, okay? And you got to admit yourself into a program to get yourself detoxed. And when you go through this detox, the withdrawal symptoms, you all doing this, and you freaking out. Why? Because your body is going through a healing crisis. A sickness is no different. Okay, now when you get sick, it is up to you as the human agent to be conscious enough to know, okay, look back, what did you do during the day? Okay, or maybe the course of a couple of days. What were you eating? Okay, what were you drinking? All right. And usually if you are in tune with your body, you'll be able to figure it out. Then you'll be able to go to a herbal book and say, okay, this is what my problem is. I'm going to fix it. Okay. I gotten food poisoning. And when I got food poisoning, I already knew the symptoms. Okay. I had a fever and no congestion, diarrhea. Okay. That was a telltale sign of food poisoning. And I knew exactly when it happened because I did it to myself. Okay, I ate something that was spoiled thinking it was okay because I wanted it that bad. It was some sprouts. Yeah, body said, okay. Yeah, okay. I didn't eat nothing for like 3 days. I was down, okay, because I didn't go with my first mind, which is to just look. You could have went and got some other one, but now you want to try to rinse it off and eat it. No. And I got sick. Okay. So I had to go on a fast. Now, returning body, don't worry, it's going to pass. I already know what this is. These are the symptoms right here. Read it, okay? So let's get into it. I'm going to share a little bit about fulvic acid and why you need it in your life, okay? Because you got to realize something now. This thing about the mineral depletion in the United States, 80% of our agricultural fields are depleted of minerals. You cannot function as a human. Okay, you cannot function as a human at your highest level unless you have minerals. Dr. Linus Pauling, look him up. 2-time Nobel Prize winner, said it very well. And I use this a lot because it's a simple, it's somebody who obviously has the credentials, and I use that because I'm not a doctor. I am a wellness coach. I am a practical authority. I'm someone that reads all these things and sees the connecting links, and I practice them, and this is the outcome, which is really nothing. It's nothing new. Okay, this is just apples and oranges, just going back and just eating the Garden of Eden diet in a micronutrient form. There's really no difference here. Okay, it's just the discipline to do it without, without compromising. Okay, I don't compromise when it comes to the level of food that I'm eating. And if I do, it's not going to be because, I went back and I became a meat eater. No, it's because maybe I didn't have the right water. So I drank some low alkaline water, right? Or water that wasn't quite alkaline. Or, I might eat this analog food that's non-meat. But I don't do that often. You see what I'm saying? And even that is extreme for people. Because they're like, man, that's not real meat. Well, it's plant meat. Right? But anyway, fulvic acid is the missing link in the food chain in everything you have in your cabinet right now and in your refrigerator. I don't care whether it is a meat product or it is a plant-based product. Those products in your refrigerator right now are deficient in fulvic acid. That is the nutrient that plants should have in them naturally, in which we had never needed to worry about. And that's what I'm reading to you now. Okay? Spend a little time, get educated. For those of y'all tuning in, y'all are blessed. Okay? Because this is something that you can take away with you and begin to make conscious choices for yourself. Okay? It says here, we never had to worry about getting enough fulvic acid. It simply existed in our soil and in our food, okay? Since time began. So when I say all of you, including myself, okay, in my kitchen as well, I don't care whether it's organic or vegan, we still have a deficiency problem on both sides of the conventional and the organic, okay? So we are all in trouble unless we become conscious about what it is we need and then begin to implement that into our life so that we don't fall into sick care. And if we are in sick care, now we can get ourselves out, okay? We can get ourselves out. All right, so going back, we never had to worry about getting enough fulvic acid. See, we all need it, but we all are deficient in it. It simply existed in our soil and in our food since time began. Fertile soil and the microbial life within it. Okay, that's why you live right now, because of fertile soil and microbial life within it. You cannot live without microbes. In fact, they live inside of you. Okay, they live inside of you. Going back, fertile soil and microbial life within is a highly valuable natural resource that is critical for food security and human health. So if the food ain't secure, your health will not be secure. And that's why we have so many people sick today, okay? Has nothing to do with something being passed from one person to another. It's in the food, y'all. Let's put it this way. It ain't in the food, y'all. Fertile soil is teeming with microbial life. It is interesting to note that there is more bacteria in 2 spoonsful of rich fertile soil than there are in humans on planet Earth. Now you just try to wrap your mind around that. It's like wrapping your mind around the fact that your body, my body, has some 60,000 miles of blood vessels tightly packed in capillaries, that if you spread it all the way out, it would go around the planet 4 times. 60,000, okay? Come on now. We have to get into this thing. And you don't have to be, a scientist and go to school 8 years. These fools doing that, they don't know nothing. They ain't telling us jack, okay? Going on. It says here, 2 spoonfuls of rich fertile soil have more bacteria than all humans on the earth. That's crazy. Sustainable farming. Here it is. Sustainable farming practices that add compost and organic compounds to soil help create robust microbial community. Okay. Microbes are required for the cycle of life. That means we plant it through the process of photosynthesis. Then this beautiful this connection takes place with both seed and soil, where the microbes and the enzymes in the seed attach to one another, and then these microbes begin to then feed the plants with this rich nutrients. And then when we eat the plants, we get it in an organic format, okay? Because remember, a lot of the minerals in the soil are inorganic. Okay, you need the photosynthesis, okay, to make it turn from a inorganic to an organic, and microbes play a part in that. And all this we're getting in that is the fulvic acid, okay? And there are plenty of people that can explain it better than I do, but that's just my little remedial explanation of it, okay? But it's still deep, okay, y'all, because y'all, this is living proof right here. This thing is deep, okay? They work, okay? Microbes, okay? Again, microbes are required for the cycle of life. Every household should know this. Every woman who is a cook in her household should know this, because as women, you guide the house, okay? You guys are what? You are the ones who create the meals for your family. So this is a science that you should know, okay? Because it's going to help you to better feed your family, okay, if you are the woman of the household, so that no one gets sick, okay? Going on, microbes. They work to break down plant and animal matter. And over hundreds of thousands of years, fulvic acid is one of the end products of decomposition, okay? So think about a compost pile. You throw your food in there, it breaks down. What is the end product of the decomposition? Fulvic acid. You can create it. Okay, but you need microbes to do this. And this is what big agribiz does not do anymore. They use herbicides and fungicides and pesticides to continue to grow and grow and grow. And yeah, you get a tomato, but the tomato has very little nutrients in it. You see what I'm saying? The tomato of today does not have the same nutrient quality as a tomato of 100 years ago. And this is the problem. So when we get the fulvic acid, okay, these are some of the benefits that you get from it. And the first one is beautiful because it says here, Fulvic acid enhances the body's absorption of vitamins and minerals. So everything that you're eating, especially if it's alkaline and raw in nature, when you take fulvic acid with that, it's going to enhance the absorption of that particular food source. Okay, fulvic acid is an anti-inflammatory, anti-allergy, improves many aspects of eczema, speeds skin healing. You got a problem with skin healing? This is a product you want to get. Okay. And I distribute the product. I take the product, right now. That's why I'm calling a lot of my videos. What I'm saying in my video is that I'm going through the fulvic acid effect, okay, which is a Spider-Man effect, which is a form of high voltage from this little liquid that I take every morning that it touches every aspect of my entire body, okay? And as it passes over the cells, the tissue, the organs, everything is electrified. So now I'm doing these muscle ups like a gymnast at 52, almost 53. Y'all know, where is that coming from? Because I just started the game June 27th. Now I've done over 200 of them since June 27th. That is exponential strength. And it's growing, okay? It's growing, and it's causing everything else that I'm doing on the wellness side to continue to slow my aging down, okay? Giving me amazing energy and amazing sleep. Don't you want that? Plus, you want to look younger. Plus, you don't want to be going around with all these cravings. You want the aches and pains to go away. Look, Scripture said it well. And the leaves are for the healing of the nation. So leaves have to be planted in what? The ground. The leaves are getting their sustenance from the ground. Filled with what? Fulvic acid. Come on now. Come on now. I'm preaching up in here. All right, going on. Enhances healing of wounds infected by drug-resistant pathogens. Protects against free radical damage as an antioxidant, okay? Remember what an antioxidant is. Cut an apple in half, you set it on the counter, what's it going to do? It's going to turn brown, right? That's oxidation. Take that same apple, cut it in half, squirt some lemon over it. It's going to remain white and pulpy, okay? It's going to, that white hue, that off-white hue that's in the apple, it's going to stay that way. Why? Because a lemon is an antioxidant. This is an antioxidant. That means it keeps that which it touches from being oxidized. That means the life force remains. That's anti-aging. Because wrinkles is a sign of what? Oxidation, right? Something that you put in your body is oxidizing you. When you put antioxidants in, they fight off oxidation. You see what I'm saying? They stay off. And the more you do that, the longer you're going to enjoy living youthful. Although you chronologically getting older, you're going to look like you Ernestine Shepherd, Annetta Powell, okay? These are people that are much older than me, but they look beautiful because they've been doing this diet that I'm talking about here, plant-based, okay? But not just plant-based, y'all. We're talking about raw alkaline plant-based by 80% or more, okay? Very important point. Improves gut flora or gut health, diarrheal effects in both animals and humans. So it's good for both animals and humans. Improves energy levels. Whoosh. Powerful, man. It improves energy level like you would not believe. Got some amazing testimonies about that. I posted one on my story. And then my friend today who I've been training, she come and told me about her mother, how she went to work after getting a little sleep, took the fulvic acid, came home after a full days of work. She still got energy, and it's 7 o'clock. She's like tripping, like, what is going on? She said, Mom, it's the fulvic acid, yo. It's the fulvic acid effect. Okay, we ain't talking about drugs here, y'all. We talking about a soil from this plain old soil from the ground, made by microbes in a liquid form. That's it. It's that simple. And this is all the stuff the benefits you get. Reduces oxidative stress. We just talked about that. Useful in the treatment of osteoarthritis patients. Okay, that means it's an anti-inflammatory, right? So it's helping with someone that's dealing with, or someone that is dealing with this, then hey, you can say, hey, I found a person that's been talking about something that can help you. And not just the osteoarthritis, but all these other areas, okay? We're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Roll down. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. We'll say about 26 different ways fulvic acid can benefit your body. We only touching the tip of the iceberg here, just the tip of the iceberg. Just getting a little bit because we didn't want to over the writer did not want to overburden the mind here. Okay, we just giving you the high points. Okay, it's crazy. Useful in the treatment of osteoarthritis, shows antiviral activity interfering with a virus' ability to attach to a host cell, penetrate the host cell, and reproduce itself. Okay, so this helps you during the time of cold and flu, which I never really worry about because I'm already on the game. I prepare during the 40 juice fast for the cold and flu. Okay, the immunity strong going in. Okay, so I'm not even tripping on that. All right, because I already know what I've done. I've already prepared for it, and this is my preparation, not knowing it, but it is. As I move into the next 20 days. Okay, notice it says here, effective for the management of oral biofilm infections, okay? Mouth issues, okay? Oral, dental, okay? Anti-aging effect on the skin, increasing fibroblast viability and reducing collagen degradation. So that's one thing in my experience, as you look at my skin, some of the pictures I take, especially right in here in the eyes where, wrinkles tend to take place early on, but this is not happening with me, okay? And so if I don't say anything about my age, people would never, ever even know that I was a grandpa. They'd be like, hell no. We known you for 3 years. I didn't say anything for 3 years because I was doing a test. I was running an experiment. So y'all never knew. Just hypothetically, right? I could do that, okay? Haven't yet, but that's an idea I might try. Okay, so going on. Anti-aging effect on skin. Talked about that. Neuroprotective, improves memory and brain function. Okay, that's one of the first things I noticed as well because I wanted to read more when I got on the fulvic acid. I wanted to study and research more, so that was interesting. Stimulates metabolism. Okay, how many want a high functioning metabolism? All right. This is one way to step into that arena, all right? Cleanses toxins and heavy metals from the body. This is one thing beautiful about the fulvic acid is it passes over the cells, it pours in the minerals, and then it pulls out toxins and heavy metals, okay? So it does both cleansing and nourishing and detoxifying. Shows immunomodulatory activity. I have to look that one up. Modulates homocysteine and pro-inflammatory mediators linked to arteriosclerosis. Okay, so we're talking about where in the brain. Okay, I think that's what that is. And then promotes ulcer healing. Okay, and so that's the beautiful thing about fulvic acid. Now, in closing, I want you to know that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And the more you know about how fearfully and wonderfully made you are, the more you're going to take a fearful, approach, meaning a high respectable approach to your health, okay? Because there's only one of you, like there's only one of me. And there's no one else like us in the universe. And we have within us a universe upon a universe of cells within that are doing things that would blow your mind. And if you and I would just take the time to understand how to feed the body at the cellular level, we would literally eliminate any chances of getting sick. And if we do get sick, we would know that sickness is a cleansing and not something to rob us of life, okay? Where the medical profession tells you, oh, well, you'll be dead in 6 months, or you'll never heal from that. The body is self-healing because it says the leaves are for the healing. So if the leaves are for the healing, then there's always healing. Of course, you can go too far, but there's always healing. Cut yourself, the wound heals. You didn't heal it. The body healed itself. You see what I'm saying? So as without, so within, but we have to become, we have to build this relationship with the doctor within, the self-healing body, the autonomic nervous system. We have to understand what it needs for it to thrive. So as it thrives, you thrive, right? So I'm thriving because I'm in connection. I'm like, okay, I'm seeing what the body needs here, so I'm gonna put that in there. And look at me, 53, walking around like I'm 23 and loving it. Okay. Okay, here we go. So I talked about the circulatory system, and this is a book that I highly recommend you get. It's called Awakening Your Self-Healing Body. You see how old this book is? This is one of my reference manuals that I use to teach people from, because it's very simple, not a lot of pages to it. But in here, you will understand how your body works, what it needs, what to stay away from, the hype that's in the medical field, and you'll be able to really make some amazing choices that are for your benefit as a result of reading this. And you'll learn a little something about your physiology that will make you more in tune with yourself and happy about who you are, and know a bit more about what you are. Not just who you are, but what are you? Do you know what you are, right? Okay, so here we go. We're going to read a couple of paragraphs and I'm bring it to a close. 40 Juice Faster Fitness, day 20, year 10. We're moving right on into day 21, bringing this thing to a close. The plane is beginning to descend. All right, the body is the best arbiter. This little section here is called the body's innate intelligence, okay? Innate intelligence. Again, you are fearfully and wonderfully made with what? Innate intelligence. The body is the best arbiter of its needs. It is autonomous and operates from a cumulative fount of wisdom spawned over centuries and evolutions. Okay, this is now the mind within your mind. Because now wrap your mind around this. The brain is made in what, the first trimester? Help me out with this one, ladies, if you can. So if the brain then is made in the first trimester, what is making brains? Here you have cellular intelligence making your brain that have no brains. Fearfully and wonderfully made. Going on. The body's inherent intelligence is illustrated by its actions during growth, healing, digestion, autolysis, fasting, and protein formation, among numerous others. Okay, for example, there are over 100,000 different proteins created by the body from recycled, ingested protein molecules, which are first broken down into component amino acids, then resynthesized by the system. It is said that the body renews itself some 160 times in 70 years. Okay, we renew ourselves 160 times in 70 years. But this statement is a bit misleading, since the constant renewal process is continuous until death. Okay, and scientists still can't understand why we die. We only die because of the curse, y'all. Okay, the cells have a point that they go to, and they know when to bring the body down or to sleep. Okay, you're not supposed to be dying of a disease. In actuality, your death, the death of the human agent, or the human Homo sapien, is sleep. Okay, it's just you're here, and then you fall asleep. You live out the course of your life, because the cells have a timing. Then they know what their timing is. Okay, and sadly, you have to be a part of that experience. All right, but you were never supposed to die of disease. The disease of man is the sleep of death. That is what it is. It has nothing to do with disease. We created disease because we stepped out of the Creator's window of our biological mandate. Come on now. Okay? I'm preaching here. All right? Now going on. The body's complex wisdom is apparent in even the simple act of eating an apple. At least 191 chemical compounds are contained in a plain apple, each of which plays an important role in human nutrition. When eaten, over 1,300 chemical reactions occur to break down the apple into its component molecules, which are then dispatched to exactly the areas the body needs or is required. Okay, pectin goes to the large intestine. Vitamin C goes to the skin. Vitamin A to the eye, the eye's retina, and then so on 191 times. And you have nothing to do with that because your self-healing body works autonomous outside of consciousness. Consciousness cannot wrap its mind around that kind of workload. We have nothing to do with that. Okay. That's a part of us that's doing it, but we're not doing it. That's the self-healing body that's doing that. Okay. The doctor within. And your job, my job, is to feed it the right fuel, the right food, fuel, tools. Because like I said, the body is self-healing. Nothing heals you. The body is self-healing. All you do is you give it the right carbon tools that it needs. Just like I have to give you a hammer, right? I don't need you to hammer for me. I need you to give me the hammer, and then I'll hammer the nail in. So the body don't need you to do all this. I just need you to give me the right tool so I can keep you functioning. You give me that tool, and I'll make it work. If you don't give me that tool, then we on what? 4 low, right? We sitting back doing nothing and you breaking down because we can't operate the machinery without you giving us what we need. You see how it works? That's how it works. Last one, I'm going to close it out. Of the 160 edible plants, 60,000 edible plants on the earth, our digestive system can convert these into brain, bone, heart, muscle, energy to keep us alive. Okay? That's right. Your body can recognize over 160,000 edible plants on the earth, and it can digest them, convert them into brain, bone, heart, muscle, and energy to keep you alive. Okay. And in that, and in those foods, y'all need what? Fulvic acid. Okay. See, the devil he was slick. He didn't take food away from you. He just took away from you what gives the food nourishment and then faked the growth with herbicides, pesticides, and herbicides so that you would think that you're getting food, but you're really not. And what's the end result? Sickness. Okay? And the end result is sickness, cellular malfunction, or what we call, DNA mutation. It's a mutation that we're suffering. All right, in closing now, the body alone knows what it needs. Don't think those industries who manufacture instant breakfasts, imitation organic orange juice, imitation orange juice, bleached white bread, vitamin pills, and nutritional supplements have the slightest idea what the body needs. Our wonderfully developed intellect is humbled by and can never improve on the wisdom that brought us here and which allows us to survive from day to day. You can't compete with this. The only thing you can do is give it the right fuel. That's what makes this, it's like a $75 trillion car. You have a 75 trillion cellular organism that you're responsible for. So when I'm juice fasting, I'm taking full responsibility of making sure that during this time, I'm giving my body the highest form of nutrients that I know. And the highest form of nutrients that I know at this point is superfoods and fulvic acid. Boom. That is it. That is it, y'all. And it is doing wonders in my life on a physical level. So if you want this article, which I might as well go ahead and on the fulvic acid, and you want to try this out, and I just, throw it out there. I admonish you to encourage you to start doing your research, man. That's what I do. I do my research, and I already know I done found gold, and you'll start to experience some amazing things. Also, not only do you want to start incorporating into your life these amazing food nutrients, but you want to start thinking about an elimination diet. That means going into your household, into your cupboards and your refrigerator, and you need to look at those things that are destroying your health and start eliminating them and replacing them with good foods. Okay, because that's the only way that you're going to survive not being under sick care. Okay, anybody under sick care is because they're creating it because they're too lazy to make the changes. You're too hooked to the foods that are just literally destroying your health, and it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Then you're paying what, thousands of dollars to finance your sickness. every single, like a bill that you have to pay for water and power, when you can easily, make some changes, discipline yourself, get educated, and then start eating right by your body. Okay, right food, feel tools, and then you'll start feeling better. The body's ready to self-heal. You just have to put the nutrients in there. As you can see with this little miracle of life, there's so much in here to get you started. And it's like a jump start. Okay, but you have to do your part. That means you have to, think about it. Okay, an elimination diet. Okay, that means doing away with some of these harmful acid foods, incorporating the alkaline foods. Yes, start on superfoods, okay? I'm a great for superfood weight loss products, superfood tea, superfood coffee, okay? I have all those things in my HB and in my wellness store. And what I love about it is that because I pay so little to investing in my health, I'm saving myself hundreds of thousands of dollars on the back end. Had I not known this, on hospital bills, I would probably be paying right now for things like diabetes and high blood pressure, because I grew up under the same misconception about food as you did. I just got out of the food matrix a long time ago. I was blessed to get out of it while I was in high school. So by the time I was ready for college, I was already focused. I already knew what I wanted to do. And I'm like, I ain't never going back to that. And I've just developed this lifestyle over time. So now that has benefited me to where I've added 20 years to my life, aging backwards 20 years, and now behaving in such a way. It can even be more than that when I look at my physical attributes at this time. It could be more so indicative of somebody that's definitely in their teens. Okay. So this is all because of, again, having this high alkaline, high vibration, high megahertz, high voltage nutrition that is literally able to keep the body younger, longer, so that you can enjoy life more with your husband, your children, your children's children, and all your friends. Okay? So with that, I will bring this to a close. Thank you for tuning in. For those of you guys who were watching, I see Lee there. I see Teresa. There was one more person on here, Bree Mack. Hey y'all, get at me, and I have a wonderful discount for everybody that's jumping on the fulvic acid bandwagon, and that is I give the gift card away. What you do with that is you don't just buy one, buy two of them. It's only $34. Okay, and it's 120 servings. 120 servings. And our product line is so good, we give y'all a 60-day money-back guarantee. So you can try the product for 60 days. And if it don't work for you, if you ain't experiencing something massive, amazing, send the product back. But that 60 days is there for a reason, because we know that within 60 days, if you are loyal to your body and you take these natural food source, plant-based formulas, that you are going to benefit. Okay, that's why that 60-day window is there, because we saying you test the product, you tell me what you think. Okay, you test the product, but you got to be loyal to your body to do it for 60 days. As Doctor out of I always forget this man's name. It's horrible, but he's the mangosteen king. But he talked about how when you're taking the mangosteen formulas, at that time, he was saying that, and I believe it's for all nutrients, you need about at least 90 days for blood saturation. But you will feel with the fulvic acid, you're going to definitely feel something within the first day or a couple of days. I haven't heard no one that say they hadn't felt like within 3 days and like, oh yeah, I'll get better sleep, I have more energy. Clean. And this energy is clean, y'all. Something like, it's very, very interesting what this is like, okay? And what I'm thinking this is a return to normalcy, because we ain't normal. We don't even know what real health is like. Most of us don't. But this is this is how we're supposed to feel. It's not like you getting something and you're not supposed to feel that way. It's some kind of artificial feeling that you're supposed to get from. No, this is how you're supposed to feel. Because everything you're doing now is making you feel fat, sick, and nearly dead. That's what's killing you. Now you need something real nutrients. Okay, and real nutrients will be so powerfully working in your body that it will really suppress your appetite, because you won't be thinking about, oh, I gotta eat this snack and that's that. No, that stuff just like, I ain't even thinking about it. And what does that translate to? keeping healthy weight. You see, it all works hand in hand. You get the nutrients, you get the energy, you eat less. If you're eating less, well, that's less calories. That means your weight's gonna drop. You see what I'm saying? So it's all a beautiful, harmonious, interconnected link between food, weight loss, anti-aging, immunity, energy. Is all connected, y'all. You just gotta you gotta tap in. So make this the moment you tap in. It's like a call now to make a decision. You gotta decide to tap in, okay? Because I'm gonna put more and more of my videos out of these amazing muscle ups that I'm doing at 52 that I only started June 27th. Okay, so we got what, June 27th? July 27th, that's 1 month. July 27th, August 27th, that's 2 months. Okay, here we go now to September 27th on 3 months. And I am getting stronger. And it hasn't even been 90 days yet. Incredible, right? And during my 40 juice fast to bring it on home. Okay, so anyway, guys, love y'all to health as always. And I will be back tomorrow with day 21 because day 22 is almost gone. It's 11:22. And close to 30 minutes. This day will be a wrap. And I will settle down and get some sleep, take some notes. But I'll post this link, and I'll also post my my link in the description in the comments for the fulvic acid. But if you want that, the gift code, you got to get back at me, okay? Because I only send those through email, all right? And a lot of people are jumping on board and trying this stuff out. So you are next in line. Don't be left out of the wellness revolution. Power to the people, y'all, okay? All right.